What's going on, guys? This is Arthur D. Dickens here, founder of Dream Vision Conquer Productions. So, really quick, I want to talk to you all about habits, not just any habits, but bad habits. Okay, so starving your bad habits, that is the key. That is what I want to talk to you all about for a moment. So, when you're talking about habits and and bad habits, habits are developed by something that we're normally doing on a daily basis that we don't even realize, but it just becomes a habit. So habits are learned. Okay, habits are learned. So when you're taking on a habit, for instance, I had a habit coming up of acting out, due to what I was feeling or emotions, and that was my normal way of reacting. I did the first thing that came to my mind. So just give an example of how habits can develop. Many might have a personal habit of waking up late, or it can be anything. Okay, but what we're really talking about here is bad habits. Okay, so to overcome a bad habit, that means you want to be able to focus yourself, away from what you're normally used to doing. Okay, so in order for you to switch or to flop from bad habiting something, or for you to really react in something good, right? To take on a good habit, okay, that means you have to set aside what you're used to doing, what you're used to thinking about, okay? Because everything starts what? Within the mind. That's right, you often hear me say that. Everything starts only and always within the mind. It is the habit that we think of, that we develop in the mind. It is manifesting what? In reality. Okay, my friends? So, when you're talking about executing a bad habit, how do you start? You should have been, I'm used to doing this for so long, right? So I don't know if I can just drop it like that. Okay, absolutely. So it's about disciplining yourself on a daily basis. Okay, first within your mind. 9 times if you have a habit of doing something, that we're going to think about, okay, what we're still doing. Even though we're like, it's natural, it just flows. But we have to really pay attention, okay, to what we're doing, to what we're saying, to what we're thinking, and our behavior, because we cannot respond or react physically, behavior-wise, unless our what? Mind tells us to. And that is exactly how habits are developed. So if we practice and operate in a routine opposite of that bad thing that we're used to doing, and really replace that, okay, substitute that with something that is beneficial to us with our success, that makes us profitable in the long run, then we want to focus more on that good thing versus that bad habit. Okay, so for instance, just an example. Okay, it's very funny. I don't like fish with bones. Okay, I don't like fish with bones. So what I'm going to do, bones are bad if you swallow bones. Okay, so I want to take out the bones. Okay, so that I want get choked or anything that's bad for you. So I want to take out the bones so that I can just enjoy the fish itself. Okay, so you would never have a positive result or a positive outcome until you change some of the stuff in your life. Okay, those bad habits that you're used to doing, is that going to help you be successful? Okay, you're going to be successful in a different way. Okay, but not the success that you're expecting, not the success that you really want. So you have to make the initiative time to really change your current situation, what you're doing on a daily basis, okay, so that you can have a positive outcome. Okay, so starving your bad habits is key. Okay, let's talk about food for a moment. Okay, let's talk about it in that scenario for a moment, if we will. So if a person is on a diet, okay, and you're saying that, well, I'm not going to eat this amount of food or this portion of food. I'm not going to eat as many times a day as I normally be doing. So I might just, let me cut this down to maybe 1 or 2 meals a day. That's it. right? So what you're doing is you're starving, okay, your normal routine. You're thinking differently because of what you're subscribing to your mind. You're starving you're starving your bad habit. You might have a habit of just eating and eating over and over again throughout the day, just on this junk food and whatever the case may be. You see that? So once you discipline yourself and you're starving yourself to not engage in something that you're used to doing because you know in the long run you're still going to get the same result, but you want opposite of what you've been getting, right? So you have to understand that, okay, in order for me to get this type of outcome, this type of result, I have to do something different. Starve my bad habit, okay? If you starve it, then you will eventually be immune to it, okay? You're operating because you've been operating in the other thing that you're trying to do for so long, right? For a long period of time now, so you don't have time to jump back into something that you're normally doing. Because why? You're benefiting good. Okay? Results or I say progress is what really makes a person happy. Okay, it's just like if you're working out and you're starting to see some results, what's going to happen? You're going to keep doing it, right? So it's the same thing with your habits. You're making a habit. If you make a habit to do something, then you'll see ongoing results. But it is the type of habit. So if you're executing the bad habits in your life, okay, and you can make room for growth, that is the whole key. Self-development is the key and the foundation of one's success. Okay, so it is the type of habit that you want to execute in order for you to develop a new habit, so that habit can be beneficial to you good in the long run, my friends.